Some parts kind of irk me a bit. But when you turn the page over and you see this man, I'm gonna have a good time. Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emasureads, a book lover that's always on a binge, and in this video we are doing our we are doing our May TBR vlog where I'm reading 4 out of the 5 books that I've chosen from my TBR prompts. I say 4 because the 5th book that I picked out from my May TBR is the Zodiac Academy Shadow Princess, which is the 4th book in that series, and I still haven't gotten around to reading the last 2 books in the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac, so I can't go on to that book yet, and so I'm doing a reading vlog for these 4 books. We have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, My Dark Romeo, Leave Me Behind, and Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. This is quite the variety of genres that we have going on here. You're all gonna see my reactions and my thoughts of each book in this vlog. This is a non-spoiler vlog, but I will be sharing some out-of-context scenes as well as some quotes from these books, just so I can talk to you guys about it a little bit. So without further ado, let's start with our reading. Hello darlings, good evening. I don't know where that British accent came from, and I probably butchered it, so I apologize. It's almost 10 p.m. on a Thursday night and I have work tomorrow, but I texted my best friend earlier to choose one of the 4 books that I should start reading. She chose The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. This is a very well-known book. Can't say I know much about this book, but I'm gonna try to read for an hour. If I really like it, I might read more tonight and lose some sleep over it because I'm just a girl. I'm just a reader. I've only gotten to like page 17 in this book. Basically, our female main character, Addie LaRue, has been living for almost 300 years without anyone knowing her real name, and she herself can't say it out loud. She can't write it down, so she is truly invisible, all because of a deal she made in the darkness with a god. I'm liking this so far. Bonjour mes amis. I need to update you on this book because I did read up to page 70 and there are things that I highlighted. This is the first time I'm highlighting a book ever. I usually just tab and I don't annotate at all because I don't know what to write. I think this quote right here pretty much sums up what Addie's life has been all these years, and it says, "This is the moment when none of it feels fair, the only time she feels the wave of frustration threatening to break, because she has spent weeks getting to know him and he has spent hours forgetting her." How sad is that? That is a very lonely life, to know a person for so long only for them to forget you within hours. Like, ugh, immortal life is not for me. V. Schwab's writing so far is very easy to follow. Her writing is descriptive but simple. I'm gonna read more of this now. I even have my little cozy ambiance on the TV. I finished part 1, so now I'm starting part 2. The darkest part at night. We ended part 1 with her going to this bookstore that she's never discovered before in New York. I'm really enjoying the fact that we get to see her life back then after she made that deal with the god to the present day. Like, it goes back and forth, but it's very seamless. It doesn't feel like an abrupt change. She seems to hear darkness in her thoughts, and he says some very unhinged stuff sometimes. "Come live with me and be my love." He wants her. I don't know, darkness seems really evil, but also I always fall for the villain. Wait, okay, I'm literally just on the first page of part 2, but I did not expect another POV on this. But we are getting the mystery man's POV, the bookstore man's POV. Henry Strauss is his name, and that just shocked me. Yay! I just finished part 2 and now we're about to start part 3. I must say, I love seeing the relationships that Addie goes through throughout her life, and the fact that every time she sees those people that she was with, whether it be a man or a woman, she still has this chemistry with them. She either has to choose to play along once again or to let them go again until they meet the next time. And it's just so sad. But then she meets Henry, right? And now, for the first time ever, someone remembers her. And they spent the day together, and it was cute. At the end, she says, "Wait, I need to tell you something. I didn't tell you my real name because, well, it's complicated, but I like you and I want you to know to hear it from me. And then he says, well then what is it? And then she says, my name's Addie. The first time she's ever been able to speak her name in 300 years. And then Henry just smiles and says, well, okay, good night, Addie. I thought that was really adorable. And then we get like a little short POV before part 2 ends, where Henry has like a couple sentences, but he says, Addie, who looked at him and saw a boy with dark hair, kind eyes, and open face. Nothing more and nothing else. And he smiles. Wait, this is so cute! Hi, hello. It has been a couple hours now. As you can see, I have taken a shower and I am now fully prepped to go to bed. But I have 100 pages left for this book. All I can say is I'm loving this. I'm loving Addie's journey, Henry's journey as we meet him. Here's one of the quotes that made me love Henry even more as a character. Addie is better than any little pink umbrella. She is better than strong whiskey on a cold night. Better than anything he's felt in ages. When Henry is with her, time speeds up and it doesn't scare him. When he is with Addie, he feels alive and it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna cry again. I just feel so much for the both of them. V.E. Schwab's writing, it's next level, honestly. I'm loving it. Whoa, what just happened? Darkness and Addie? What? No. What? The last part being called I remember you. After that scene, what does this mean? What the I don't know how I can do this. 12 more pages. Oh my god. Okay. I can't. This book. I finished it. 4.5 stars. This was incredible. I love V.E. Schwab's writing. This was my introduction to her and she did not disappoint. I'm definitely reading more of her work. And the story for Addie and Henry and the darkness, everything collided so well. The formatting of the story, the plot progression was just perfect. And you saw I was crying tears, real tears. So many meaningful messages in this book of how life is fleeting. Time can be taken away just like that. And the contrast between the two characters' circumstances and how they intertwine. I need you to read this book if you haven't already. As you can see from that last clip, that book left me in such an emotional distress. So this next one has to be a lighthearted one. I don't think I can handle another heavy emotional book. The Nightingale is also, I think, a heavy emotional one. I need a reprieve. So we have either Leave Me Behind or my Dark Romeo. I think I'll go with my Dark Romeo. It says, it was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball. A clandestine moment with a handsome stranger, but unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. I'm gonna start this today. I think this is fairly short. It's about 360 pages, which is pretty doable for me. So I'm gonna get started on this and I'll keep you guys posted. It's been a little under 2 hours of reading this book. I'm on page 96. And in all honesty, I find this oddly hilarious of a time because it's definitely lighthearted, definitely what I needed after such a heavy book. But I also feel like some parts kind of irk me a bit. I don't know how to explain it. Most of the time it's very hilarious. Like the banter is funny. I'm very much having a good time with their dialogues. Some of Romeo's thought process though, I don't even know. I'm on chapter 34 now for this book. Ow, I just hit my chin. I'm still having a blast with the dialogue and the banter that these two characters have and the moments that they have, but I can't seem to find the plot anywhere. And we're halfway there, so the plot may or may not exist. I finished my Dark Romeo and I'm giving this one 3.75 stars. The vibes were immaculate. The banter was hilarious. I had a really good time with the characters. their back and forth, and how they make each other's lives hellish. They're both very stubborn characters, but their chemistry, you know what, you can't deny it. Even when they hated each other, they have the hots for each other, so what can you do? We're definitely giving Bridgerton, but in modern setting for some reason. I guess that still somehow exists in this 21st century. Definitely had its cringy moments as well as some irksome moments that put me off, but the comedic timing just triumphed everything, so I had a good time. Alright, I'm gonna choose my next read now, but I'm gonna leave it up to my sister. She's gonna be the one choosing my demise. Wait. I'm scared. I'm so scared.
I'll give you this one, The Nightingale.
Is your final choice, The Nightingale?
Yeah. Why?
My sister wants me to cry.
Oh.
That's what she wants me to do. She wants me to learn about war and love and dying. I started The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I'm now on page 110. We have two POVs from sisters who live in France during the time of war, and it is when Germany occupied France. This is very much a historical fiction. So far, this has been really good. I don't read fiction at all, really, but Kristen Hanna's writing is very addicting. I'm not okay. I am not okay at all. This book was so good in ways that I didn't expect it to be. I'm giving this 4 stars. This was truly beautiful writing, very lyrical. I'm definitely going to be picking up more of Kristen Hanna's books, and I'm going to cry more. She is a good author if you're looking to cry. I've made myself look more presentable now for the day. So now I'm gonna continue the last book that I need to read for my May TBR, which is Leaving Behind by Cam Moranova. I'm really excited about this one because it's in a military academy setting, and it's gonna be a mentor-mentee forbidden romance, and I'm here for it. I forgot to mention that this has an extensive list of trigger warnings, including extreme bullying in bold letters. Look at this. That is a lot to list out. But when you turn the page over and you see this man, I'm gonna have a good time. One for sure way that you can tell who the male main character is when the female main character says he's easily the most beautiful man I've ever laid eyes on. I'm on page 122 and I am loving this book. Like, the addiction is creeping in. I have not put it down. I have not left this corner of my room since I started this book, and my butt is starting to ache now. But I will still continue. Right, so Bradshaw, aka Bones, her partner in this military squad, took hazing on a next level. This man pulled a knife on her, had 2 squad mates hold her down, and literally start carving her rib. The other 2 were freaked out by this, but the man was turned on. And somehow Nellie was too? Yeah. They're both psychopaths. That's where I'm getting at. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean you do things to me, bun? What does she do to you, Bones? Care to elaborate? Perhaps? Okay, I did not expect for that to happen after him saying that. This is dark. Please read your trigger warnings because next level. Next fucking level. I don't think this man knows it, but he's obsessed with her. He says, irrationally, I feel jealous that she still loves a dead man. I don't want her to feel that way for anyone. Though I guess it'd be okay if she felt that way about me. My man, I think you've fallen. I don't hate you. I want to dominate you. I want to break you into a million pieces and make you answer only to me. I want to keep you as far away from my squad as possible before I ruin what's left of you. I'm giggling so fucking much right now that I'm starting to sound hysterical. I want to run my thumb over her bottom lip and tell her she makes my chest ache when she looks at me so tenderly. I want to tell her that the nights I laid beside her were the only ones I slept peacefully in fucking years. I want to tell her that I fucking missed her. By the way, this man just got shot by her, and this is how he feels, so it's looking good for him, I guess. She really is a beautiful, dangerous thing. Things just went from 0 to 100 real fast. They have guns pointing to each other right now. Well, fuck. It was a plot twist that I expected, but the writing made me think otherwise. And then bam, it was going that way all along. I'm like, fuck, shit, fuck. I don't know what to say. I have 100 pages left. Fuck. I can't believe I binged this in 6 hours. 5 fucking stars. I loved everything about this, and no notes, nothing I would ever change. This is perfect on its own. The ending was vile, yet I loved it. And the epilogue is adorable. I wonder if there's gonna be a story behind that epilogue. If you know, you know. I highly recommend this dark military romance if you haven't already read it. Well, we did it. I read all 4 books. Each one brought me a different kind of feeling and emotions, and I enjoyed every bit of it. To summarize, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab is a 4.5 stars. My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen is a 3.75 stars. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, I gave 4 stars. And lastly, Leave Me Behind by Kea Moronova, I gave 5 stars. I want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!